guys, hey, welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be installing a 12 by 12 door, and it was the opening. I got everything ready, spent about 15 minutes yesterday prepping all this stuff, bringing it in, and today I'm going to try to putting it up. I'm going to try putting it up today in 2 hours. So, and it's going to have a chain hoist on the side as an opener, so it's going to have a manual opener. So yeah, it's a pretty standard door. I'm just going to kind of go through how to do it and how to install it, and I'm going to try to do it in 2 hours, and I'm going to try to do the door and seal in 2 hours, and then maybe about another 30 minutes for the manual chain hoist. So we'll see how it goes. Got my Pepsi, my go-go juice, got everything in here ready to rock and roll. I'm going to be doing it by myself, so we'll see how it goes. All right, so it's 2:30 right there. I'm going to try to be done here with the door by about 4:30. I'm going to go ahead, stack my panels in first. I'm just going to stack them all in and use nails on each side and just slam them all in real quick. I like doing that. I think that's way faster. Sometimes you got to do the rail first on the side, just for, say maybe you got a nice trim that you don't want nail holes in. But here it doesn't matter, just pull bar, and nobody's going to see that ever. It doesn't matter. So I'm just going to slam them in, get them all up. I've got a couple of these struts to put on. I got 4 struts and 6 panels. So I'm probably going to do the top and the bottom and leave 2 in the middle, maybe the 2 middle ones, and then leave the 2nd and 5th one out or something like that. Just kind of spread them out. I'll put those on before I put the panels up, slide them all in, and then I'll start putting on hardware. So here I'm going to be using these self-tapping screws. I'm going to set my strut on there, and I usually just kind of pick a spot about the middle of the panel, maybe towards the top, just so it's out of the way of your hinges and stuff. Make it all the same on each one. That way it just looks symmetrical and everything like that. So here I go ahead and set it in the middle. Same. Here's my 2 rows of hinges. So I'm going to put one there by each one. I'm not going to do it in the middle. Here's usually a strut or a reinforced thing in the middle. So here I'm just splitting the difference. This is a 12-foot opening, and it's 12.2, so I got about an inch on each side. Anyway, I just go ahead and center it up. Put a nail in, pound in a little bit. Just bend it over like that, get them all stacked in. As long as it's not real windy blowing on the door, you're fine doing that. Or if it's a massive door, probably wouldn't. But this will be totally fine. So I'm going to go ahead and stack the rest in real quick. Alright, so that took me about 25 minutes to get all this stuff in. 20 minutes actually, really. Got them up. Now we're ready to put on these here. These are all 1s. They say 1 on them somewhere. Or then they just, yeah, they say, or these don't say anything, I guess, on these. This is like a 4 here. This will go, basically be one of these here, here, and a 2, and 3, and 4, and 5 on the sides, and then the middle, 2 rows in the middle. Those will just be these 1s, what I call them. Yeah, that way it kind of angles back, as you can tell. The roll will be here versus here, so it'll, as it steps up, it'll angle back out, pull that door away a little bit so it moves a little smoothly, so it pulls away from the opening, and it brings it down tight against the opening, and then it'll move it away. Just a little explanation there. So yeah, I'm going to go ahead and put all my hinges on, put my rollers in. I'll be ready for metal, or not ready for, and then we'll be ready for our rails. There's some red ones usually in here for the bottom, because that's red means it's got tension on it. That bottom bracket will have a cable which will have all the tension, so I'm going to put that one on first. This one here I can just put on and put my cable on here. Sometimes you got to put the cable thing in first, like there's a little bolt with a little one of them things you bend around there. This one I can just hook on later. Let's go ahead and put this on. Alright, those holes line up. So I guess here, this one here actually has a 1 here, number 1 right here. That's got these 2 of them. The other ones just have a single. Usually they're just the same, but so this one's got a 1. There's 2, 3, 4, 5. You can go ahead and put it up. Yeah, just like that. Make it splice right in the middle. Hinge on there. And just put 2 and 2. Same thing. That's it. Pretty much self-explanatory there. Pro tip, get a magnet bit. Mine fell out. It sucks. Alright, so now I'm going to go ahead and put on these rollers. Get them all stuck in. And I'm going to put my side rail together. I'll just slide it on there and start adjusting it. So go ahead and put these on. On these ones here that have double, you always want to do it on the one that sticks out, which would be the bottom one of these. Basically stick out more and more as they go up, which is that angle track. Alright, so now we're going to put on our cables. Next, so unwound here. And here you always want to make sure you go over the top. If you get underneath, it's a little harder to get around there. I just take my square. There. Hang it up over that. Just like that. Alright, so here I just went ahead and put all these brackets on. I made them loose, and I put the small ones at the bottom, and I put the longer ones up top, because those, like, you know, same idea as those hinges. The track's going to be further away. And then these ones up here, put these on as well. These got to go on a certain way. It'll basically go on like that. And then same with the other way. So, yeah, sometimes those are numbered. And the same idea, you just put them, you know, on the bottom, smallest, make them bigger as they come up top. And then I'll go ahead and get them on there. Okay, we're ready to put the rail on. So the trick I use this, I just put it on there. And then I pull the bottom one up. Or actually, usually I do this one here first. Pull it all the way to the top of that slot. Set it about a finger width, which is 1/2, 3/4, away from the door there. So that's at the top of the slot. And then what I do here is I grab this, shove it up tight. That way it's a little bit off the concrete. That way it doesn't get concreted in. So that's kind of how I do it. And then I just set the rest of them. That way it sets its height, and I just set the rest all the way up. right, so now I got the rails up, fastened or set this way, and then also in and out. So now it's everything set, ready to put on my back rails. And how I set my rail, basically put about a finger width between the panel and the rail. That usually gives it a little bit of play, but not too much. And then the same way with in and out, I get about 1/8 inch, and I set it right to the opening. And that way it's, you know, got a little bit of play, but it's not like real loose. So it can move freely. And that way I put my trim even with my frame. So my trim is straight and it's not like trying to follow the door because the door is all like this, set and everything. The trim looks straight, doors, you know, you use the opening as kind of the, where you adjust everything to. To me that works out great and it looks great. So I'm gonna go ahead and get my back rail. I'm gonna have to tie it up back here because it's gonna be too long to put on my shoulder. It's like 12 or about 14-foot rail. So I'm gonna need to be up there. Usually if I had a helper, I'd have somebody hold it back here. Here I got a piece, I'm gonna tie my back rail to it, my back tie, and I'm gonna loosely make a bolt on there. And that way it swivels, and I'm just going to tie it up here, drag it up, tie it, and I'm just going to throw it to the front, and then that way it'll hold me back here. So go ahead and get them up there real quick, and then we'll get the springs. All right, so there I go. I went ahead and hung that up there just loosely. Figured out where it was level, so this sits level here. So explanation, I went ahead and put a bolt in here, lined this up here, tightened it, made sure this was level up here, put my bolt in here, and tightened that up. And I put that one up top. Usually that's got a thing that fastens in here, that hangs down, you bolt it to here, but this one didn't, so I just went and set it at the same spot right above. Just like that. And then this thing here is got adjustable. The top rail, since it's in this roller, in this curve here, these top ones, you basically just push it down, or you can adjust this in and out, fasten it here, then you just adjust it in and out, and then fasten these up top here. And that way it's pretty loose. So yeah, just did the middle one, same height as the other side, so my rod is straight, and now ready for springs. All right, so I got the springs here put together, and here, these ones are usually color coded. That one's got red right there, the other one's got black. When you're looking at the door, black will be on your right and red will be on your left. And then these here go up. Usually these are color coded too. These weren't, but it was pretty easy to figure out because it comes up from the back and it's pretty easy to see. So it comes up from the back. So it comes up from the back here and latches into there. So that would obviously be on the left. So, and yeah, make sure you get your little thing in the middle here and it'll just sit in there like that on one side or the other. And then you just screw these together up top there. And that's it. Just make sure you get it right. And then we'll go ahead and get her set. All right, I got springs up here. Just got them fastened together there. Moved them out same far as the other side, so it's straight both ways. And I go ahead and push these out against there, tighten them up, make sure your cable's on and there's no obstruction anywhere in here. Make sure it's nice and tight. And I put a vice grip on to hold this so I can line the other one up over there, pull that one nice and tight. That way everything's lined up, set, and I'm gonna wind these springs up, both sides, and then should be perfect. All right, so that's how I do my back hangs. I do two in the back with an angle, And if it's 12 foot or more, I usually come in the middle, do at least one up. Sometimes I'll do even another angle there, but yeah, it's pretty saggy in the middle, so I added some strength there, and that should hold it. My phone died when I was doing this trim. Figured I'd kind of explain a little bit what I mean by that. I just go ahead and see how that's pretty much set. Even with that, maybe out a little bit. That way it's not too tight. And it's also nice and straight because you can set it right to your opening, which is your door set to it. So your door's in about a 8 1/4, this is out about 8 1/4. So you got like, 1/4, 3/8, but it's got plenty of seal, but it's not too tight, not too loose. And it looks nice and pretty all the way around. So it's not wavy and everything. And I just screw it every 8 inches, and that's pretty simple. So here I had a kind of a conundrum. That rod did not come out far enough. So that thing had to be on this side, which makes this thing kind of upside down, I think. I think that's supposed to go through there down here. But if I did that, I would have moved it way out, flip-flop that around, and then I would have had to have a way rod come out further. So I kind of had to make it work. It works, but barely. So that's how that thing works. Doesn't take very long to install, about 10 minutes. So when you're done pulling it down, there's this thing right here. And you just latch that in there. That way your door can't go up, and that'll latch her. Alright guys, I just got done with it. Everything completely done. I got all the weather seal on, door up, all the back hangs done, and then I also got the chain hoist thing on. So it all took me 5:40 right now. So that took me just over 3 hours. That's pretty much what I was shooting for.